Hello everyone. In our previous video, we have discussed about how to check the decomposition is dependency preserving and it is a lossless or not. In the lossless decomposition, we have discussed about how to check when the decomposition is a binary decomposition, means a bigger schema is divided into two smaller schemas. Now in this video, we are going to discuss about an algorithm by which we can check any kind of decomposition is lossless or not. Now, in this algorithm, what we are going to do, basically we are going to discuss this algorithm with a suitable example. So first, we have assumed that there is a relation R with the attribute A1, A2, A3 and AK. So there are k numbers of attributes with the functional dependency set A. Now, that R is decomposed into n numbers of smaller schema divided by R1, R2, R3 up to Rn. Or the algorithm should begin with creating a matrix S, a two-dimensional matrix S, where there are n numbers of row and k numbers of column. The n numbers of row represent the decomposed relation and the columns will represent the attribute present in the actual relation. So, as we have decomposed our R relation into n numbers of smaller relation, so there will be n numbers of row, there are k numbers of attribute in R, so the S matrix will have k numbers of column. Now this is the S matrix. Now we have to fill up the cell of the K matrix by the symbol A or by the symbol of Bij. How we are going to fill up that? For each row I and for each row, each column J, we have to fill up each and every cell. Remember, the row represents the one relation and the column represents one attribute. Suppose the attribute A1 is present in the relation R1, then we are going to write going to put the A1 value at the cell Aij, and that is S11 will have A1. If the attribute is not present, then we are going to fill up that cell by Bij, where I is the row number and J is the column number. So let us take an example and explain how we are going to do that, how the algorithm is going to fill up that S matrix. So this is a relation R with 5 attributes A, B, C, D and E with the functional dependency set A. Given A determines C, B determines C, C determines D, D determines C and CE determines A. Now R is decomposed into 5 smaller schema: R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5. In R1 we have the attribute A and B. So the S matrix in case of R1 row and A attribute column, we should put A1. That 1 will actually represent the index of the attribute. Similarly, there is no B present in this relation. So we are going to put B. 1 is the row number and 2 is the column number. Similarly, as C is not present, so it will be T1, 3, and you can see that there is in the relation 1 that B is present, so here we are going to put A4. As E is not present in the relation 1, so we are going to put B1, 5. Now let us take the relation 4. In relation 4, A is not present, so we are going to put B41 in the S41 cell. Similarly, as B is not present, so we are going to put B42. Now CDE is present, so we are going to put A3, A4 and A5 in C, D and E column respectively. So finally, consider all the decomposition, we are going to get this matrix. So this is my S matrix. Now in the next stage, what we are going to do, we are going to replace the symbols, either it can be A symbol or it can be B symbol in the S matrix by its suitable symbol. Now how we are going to determine which symbol is suitable, that is discussed in the next part of the algorithm. Now in this part, what we are going to do, we are going to replace the symbols considering the functional dependencies, and this process will continue until there is no change in the S matrix or any one row in S matrix contains all Aj. So this process will continue if the functional dependencies are unable to change in this matrix, in this S matrix, or any one of the row is having all A values like A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, like this. So, and how we are going to change the value of the cells, that is discussed in this, that is mentioned in this algorithm. So for each functional dependency X determines Y in F, consider the rows in S which has the same symbol in the columns corresponding to the attribute X. So first we need to take each and every functional dependency. Suppose we are in this case we are going to take first A determines C. Now we are going to consider all the rows where this is my X and this is my Y, where the value of or the symbol of A is same. So here this one and this one is having the same symbol for A. For those rows, change the symbols in each column that corresponds to an attribute in Y by the same symbol using the following two rules, in one of the following rules. So if any of the row has an Aj symbol for that column, in case of C, if any of the column of these three rows having A3 value, then we are going to change all the values to A3. Else, set the corresponding columns of the rows by the same Bij symbol present in one row. So as you can see that there is no A3 present for these three rows, then we are going to change the Bij value by a same Bij value. So this is the matrix from which we have started with, and the functional dependency set is given by F, and we are considering A determines C. Remember, we need to consider each and every functional dependency one by one. So here we have A determines C. So first identify the row for which the value or the symbol of the A attribute is same. So you can see that R1, R2 and R5 are the rows where the symbol for A attribute is same, which is A1, A1 and A1. Now look for, is there any any A3 available for the row 1, row 2 and row 5. As there is no A3 available, so this condition, this if condition will automatically become false. So we are going to check the else part, we are going to execute the else part. So the symbol B23 and B53 may be replaced by B13, right? Because we need to change them into same symbol. You can put it B13 in this case and B13 in this case. So we have replaced with the Bij value, and we are having the same Bij value for the corresponding attribute, that is C, for the corresponding rows, that is R1, R2 and R5. So after the change, the matrix, S matrix will look like this one, and the changes are the cell we have changed is highlighted by the yellow one. Next, we have already considered this one, this functional dependency, so we need to consider the second functional dependency. B determines C. So B determines C, what we have to do, that we have to look for the row where the symbol for the B attribute, that is this attribute, is same. So you can see that for the row 2 and row 3, the symbol of B is same, that is A2. As B determines C, so this is my X and this is my Y. Now C is my Y, so we have to look for, is there any A3 present for these two rows? As there is no A3 present in C attribute for these two rows, then we need to replace the B33 by the symbol B13. So this will be replaced by B13. By using this B determines C, so this will be the change, and which is highlighted by the blue color. Say next, we need to consider the functional dependency C determines D. So C is my X and D is my Y. So we need to consider all the rows where the value of C or the symbol of C is same. So where the symbol of C is same, so here I am having C symbol as B13, here I am having the C symbol B13, here I am having the C symbol B13, and here I am having the C symbol B13. So we need to consider R1, R2, R3 and R5. Now here you can see that in case of R1, here I am having a A4 for the attribute D. So by following the algorithm, if any of the rows has an AJ symbol for the column, set the attribute, set the other rows to the same AJ symbol in the corresponding column. So here I am having AJ attribute A4 value for X, for Y, that is my D attribute. So we are going to replace all the D attribute by the symbol A4 where the C symbol is same. Symbol for the C attribute is same. So we are going to change here, here and here. So after the change, my S matrix will look like all the D are having now A4 value. Now here the changes are highlighted by the dark blue color. Next, we need to consider the next functional dependency, that is DE determines C. So here X is DE and my Y is C. Remember, G and E, both of them makes my X. So we need to consider that both of the same attribute symbol is same. This the symbols for D attribute as well as E attribute is same for the rows. So where we can find that, you can see that for row 1 and row 2, though the D symbol is same, but the E symbols are not same. So row 1 and row 2 will not be considered. But in case of row 3, row 4, row 3, row 4 and row 5, the D symbol is all A4 and the E symbol is all A5. So these three rows we need to consider in this case. Now, as per the rule, as there is A3 present in the Y, that is the C attribute, so we need to replace all the values by the same symbol for the attribute 3. So here we are going to replace AB3 by A3 and AB3 by A3. As the row 2 is not participating and the R1 is not participating, we are not going to replace this well. We are going to consider only row 3, row 4 and row 5. So after working with this functional dependency, the S matrix will look like this value, and the changes are highlighted by the green color cells. Next, we need to consider the next functional dependency CE determines A. So here my X is CE and Y is A. So when we are checking for the same symbol for the attribute in X, so we need to consider both C and E. So though row 1 and row 2 having the same symbol for C, that is B13, but they are not having the same symbol for E, that is B15 and B25, so we do not need to consider row 1 and row 2. Now what about row 3, row 4 and row 5? You can see that the value of C is same for row 3, row 4 and row 5, that is A3, and value of E is same for row 3, row 4 and row 5, that is A5. So these three rows will be considered, and then we are going to look for the value for the Y, that is in this case it is attribute A. As you can see that now in case of row 5, for the attribute A, I am having a symbol A1. So all the symbols for the attribute A for row 3 and row 5 will be replaced by A1. So B31 will be gone and B41 will be gone, and we are going to put A1 and A1 in row 3 and row 4 for the attribute A respectively. So after working with this functional dependency, the S will become, and you can see that here the change is highlighted. Here I have changed the A1 value, and here I have changed the A1 value in using CE determines A. Now after that, you can see that the row 3 is having all AJ values for its column. Means in row 3 for attribute A I am having the symbol A1, for attribute B I am having the symbol A2, for attribute C I am having the symbol A3, and for the attribute D and E I am having the symbol A4 and A5 respectively. Now by this you can see that the termination condition for the algorithm is any one of the row in S contains all AJ. So here the row 3 is containing all edges, so you can stop the checking for the losslessness, and if any one of the row contains all AJ, then the decomposition is lossless. So as row 3 has AJ in all columns, so we can stop proceeding and can say that the decomposition is lossless. Now we can say that the decomposition of the R relation with respect to this functional dependency is say where R is decomposed into relation 1 with A and B attribute, relation 2 with A and B attribute, relation 3 with B and E attribute, and relation R with C, D and E attribute, and relation 5 with A and E attribute is a lossless decomposition. Now in this example, in a single run, we are able to find a row in S matrix which has contain all the edges. Now there may be some cases where decomposition using the functional dependency does not produce all edges in any of the row. For those kind of examples or those kind of problems, we are going to rerun these following steps which you can see in the screen, and this process will continue for each and every functional dependencies until and unless there is no change in S for the set of functional dependency, or we are able to get all edges in any one of the row of the S matrix. In that case, the S matrix does not change by considering all the functional dependencies, from the previous stage and there is no row which contains all ages, then we are going to say that the decomposition is an lossy decomposition. Be clear about one thing, it is not that we are going to check for the functional dependency set, all the functional dependency in the functional dependency set or only one time. This process will continue until there is no change in S or you are able to get at least a row in S matrix which contains all ages. So that's it. And in this video we have learned check the lossless decomposition when the decomposition is not only a binary decomposition, and this kind of problem is very much important for your examination as well as for your GATE examination. So see you in the next video. Thank you. Stay safe.